Hi guys, so last night we had the WWE Royal Rumble 2026 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the first PLA of the year for WWE of 2026. So, I'm just going to give my overall thoughts on the show, like the results. So I'm going to get a full-blown review, just over my thoughts on the winners and the results and what went on in both Rumble matches. So for the most part, I thought it was a pretty decent Royal Rumble. Yeah, I didn't have that many issues with it. Maybe some things in the men's Rumble that was a bit weird, but I thought for the most part it was a really fun show. And yeah, the Saudi crowd were good. The people were complaining there was empty seats. That they weren't. I think it was just because there were LEDs above the seats, so it looked like it was more empty than it was. But yeah, and then obviously some very emotional matches too concerning it. Well, I'll get to that. So to kick off the show, we had the 30-woman Royal Rumble match for the championship match at WrestleMania 42, and it was a fun women's Royal Rumble. I've got to, considering the fact they were all dressed as Power Rangers, they all did very, very well. And I'm just going to go over like standouts. Charlotte Flair lasted nearly an hour with 2 eliminations. Kiana James lasted 27 minutes. She did very well. There were a few surprises like Lola Vice from NXT, Sol Ruka, who did very well. JC Jane and Kalani Jordan from NXT were also in the Rumble. Brie Bella made her big comeback at number 29. I was like, oh my god, Brie Mode! Like, whether this is just a one-off or she's making her return like Nikki Bella has, we'll see. But she got a big pop from the crowd, so it was good to see Brie Bella back. And she got one elimination. She lasted about 6.5 minutes, but it was good to see her back, definitely. Sol Ruka lasted 50 minutes. She did very, very well. She only got 1 elimination, but 50 with some really cool spots. Liv Morgan, who we'll get to at the end, she lasted 43 minutes with 3 eliminations. Raquel Rodriguez lasted 35 minutes, 2 eliminations. Io Sky lasted a long time. Rhea Ripley, 3 eliminations. She lasted about 25 minutes. And yeah, Tiffany Stratton came out at the end, number 30. And so the final winner, it was Sol Ruka, Tiffany Stratton, and Liv Morgan. And it was close at the end, neck and neck, but then Liv Morgan, at the end, boom, she eliminated Tiffany Stratton, I think it was, yes. And Liv Morgan, like some would say long overdue, is the Women's Royal Rumble winner for 2026. Yeah, she's been the runner-up, I think, for a few years in a row. And she lasted like a long time last year and the year before, I think. So yeah, fair enough. Even though she wasn't my pick, I thought Bianca Belair would come back, but she didn't even make an appearance, Bianca Belair, so I guess she's not fully fit yet to come back. But yeah, fair enough, Liv Morgan wins it, and yeah, I guess she does deserve it. Who will she face at WrestleMania? I assume Stephanie Vaquer. I assume she'll face at WrestleMania. So yeah, big chuff for her. Like I said, no Paige. I thought she might come back. No Bianca Belair. But you know what? It was still a really solid Rumble, and probably I'd say the match of the night. I think it was definitely better than the men's, which I'll get to for the main event. So yeah, fair play, Liv Morgan. She is the Money in the Bank, the Royal Rumble winner for 2026 for the women. Oh, and a quick shout out to Lash Legend, who probably had the standout performance with 5 eliminations, lasting 38 minutes. Woo! You can tell by who gets the most eliminations who they're the most high on, definitely. So yeah. And then we got Gunther and AJ Styles in a career-threatening match, and these two put on a great 24.5-minute match. They definitely brought it, as we know these two would. AJ came close so many times. Well, Gunther did dominate, I'd say, the first half of the match, as he often does in the Gunther matches, but then AJ came back, and so with a few close falls, some style clashes, some phenomenal forearms. He hit the calf crusher a bunch of times, but Gunther just got out. It was so close, and we thought at one point he had it won. He even hit his own powerbomb on Gunther, but no, Gunther kicked out. He was too strong. And towards the end, just like the John Cena match, Saturday Night Main Event, despite valiant effort, Gunther starts locking in the sleeper. I was like, AJ was fighting out of it a few times, but no, Gunther just kept locking it back in, just like with John Cena at the Saturday Night Main Event. I was like, no, this is it. And then AJ's hand just fell, and the ref went, ding, 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 ding. And yeah, I did predict Gunther. But still, if this hurt, man, this hurts. I actually started crying a little bit. Well, not crying, but tearing up, because AJ Styles has been one of my favourite wrestlers for the last 10 years, ever since he made his debut at 2016 Royal Rumble 10 years ago. And some of the matches and moments and memories he's given me as a wrestling fan, I'll never forget. And his retirement now from WWE, I still think he'll wrestle in other wrestling companies before the end of the year, but this is the fact that this is it now for WWE. He's never going to wrestle again in WWE. It just really gets me in the heartstrings, that does. I'm really going to going to miss him. He is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, in my opinion. Not just from WWE, what he did in TNA, what he did in New Japan. And he was going to take off the gloves, but he put them back on. And he was doing all that tearfully, and the crowd were going, ah! But I think that was just him saying, I'm retired from WWE, but I'm not retired from wrestling. So AEW or TNA, I think he'll definitely appear there in the next week or two. I do think he deserves a slightly better send-off, though. Where were all the other wrestlers coming out and shaking his hand, like John Cena got? He was just alone in the ring. I was like, this is AJ fucking Styles. Where's all the wrestlers he's fought over the years? Like, to come out and shake his hand or at least raise his hand. There was nothing. He deserves like a proper big farewell. I hope he gets something on, maybe on Raw, before he officially leaves to go to TNA or AEW. But yeah, man, AJ Styles, one of the GOATs, and Gunther's retired, another legend. That's 3 legends now. He's ticked off the list. Who's he going to come for next? Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, Chris Jericho if he comes back, and CM Punk. Oh God, but yeah, AJ Styles. Thank you. What a legend. What a legend, man. Then we got Drew McIntyre going up against Sami Zayn. Drew McIntyre defending his Undisputed Championship. This was a fun 16-minute match. Drew just dominated the vast majority of it. It was a very dominant performance from him. Sami did pull off a few hope spots with some haluva kicks and a haluva bomb off the top rope. But for the most part, Drew just did dominate most of this match. But Sami did pull off a late comeback at the end. He hit a big haluva kick and we thought, oh my God, that could be it, but Drew kicked out. He was about to hit another one, but then Drew caught him with a big claymore. Didn't go for the pin though. Then he hits a second claymore to just put the icing on top. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, Drew retains. And quite a dominant victory. Yeah, he looked very strong here, Drew. No cheating, nothing. And yeah, he just bastard Sami for the most part. Like I said, Sami did have a few hope spots with some haluva kicks, but for the most part, Drew did dominate this. And it looks very dominant, doesn't he, heading into WrestleMania? I think that's the whole point of this match, to make Drew look strong. He's definitely going into WrestleMania 42 as champion, so probably in a match with Cody, maybe Cody and Jacob Fatu. We'll see. But yeah, a solid match. The crowd are fully behind Sami, of course. I thought maybe Sami, because of this, he might come and win the Rumble, but that didn't happen. But yeah, very good first PLE defense for Drew, definitely. Then on to the men's Royal Rumble, which I think whereas a lot of fans are a bit like this over for this year's Rumble. I think it was a bit all over the place, this men's Rumble. It was 10 minutes shorter than the women's for a start, which is a bit strange. The men's is usually just the same length or a bit longer than the women's, so a bit strange. But before I talk about where we were, 1 or 2 things went wrong with some eliminations or some entrants or lack of certain entrants. We'll get to that. But first off, Obafemi came out first, and Obafemi had a standout performance. He lasted 40 minutes, and he got 5 eliminations. Yeah, Obafemi was great in this match, definitely. I love Obafemi. I think he's going to do very well. Bron Breakker, number 2, and he got eliminated in 10 seconds by Obafemi because a masked man assaulted him outside the ring. Was it Seth Rollins, who we will see? But yeah, Bron Breakker was a lot of people's favourites to win the Rumble, Caliban Sabs, and he gets eliminated in 10 seconds. Okay, I'll see where they're going to go with this, heading towards WrestleMania. Very interesting. Mr. Iguana came out at number 9, bit surprising. But anyway, let's talk about the rest. Royce Keys, who was Powerhouse Hobbs in AEW, has made his debut now in WWE. They did put Powerhouse Hobbs for a second, then Royce Keys. Yeah, he was a pretty big deal in AEW, big boy. And yeah, he's now in WWE. So I'm just going to go over who lasted the longest. Cody Rhodes lasted 36 minutes with 3 eliminations. Logan Paul lasted 25 minutes, although he didn't get 1 elimination. LA Knight lasted 14 minutes, got 3 eliminations. Brock Lesnar, despite only being in the Rumble for 5 minutes, he did get 3 eliminations. And Roman Reigns, who was in the Rumble 50 minutes, he got five eliminations. Wow, Jesus Christ. So a lot of the men were gone in like 5 to 10 minutes. But this is where the few fans like this, though. 1, no Finn Balor. I feel like Finn Balor definitely got snubbed here. No Chris Jericho. Bit strange. Where was Chris Jericho? I thought he was dead set to make his return here. Joe Hendry. Where's Joe Hendry? Come on, wave your hands from. I wanted to see that. He probably wouldn't do it last like 5 minutes, but I wanted to see some Joe Hendry. So there were a few strange picks. And some wrestlers definitely got snubbed. Ray Phoenix lasted 1 minute and 28 seconds. He just came in. He got thrown around by Brock and then got thrown out. What a waste of Ray Phoenix, who's a very talented luchador. Another strange one. Rusev, he lasted 32 seconds. Rusev's great. 32 seconds. Fucking hell. he got wasted there. Oh, Javon Evans. I didn't mention Javon Evans. He didn't get any eliminations, but he lasted 40 minutes. He had a very good performance in the Rumble. Mr. Iguana from AAA, he lasted 2 minutes. El Grande Americano, the original Chad Gable, 1 minute and 21 seconds. So there was a few strange ones here. But a big one that I think got a lot of fans miffed. Brock Lesnar. He got eliminated by LA Knight and Cody Rhodes during Jey Uso's entrance. What? I was like, what was that about? Was that a botch? Was it a mistiming or something? To see Brock, you do that to like a mid-carder or one of the jobbers, but not to Brock Lesnar. It was so weird. Jey Uso's going, yeet, yeet, walking down through the crowd, and Brock just got eliminated. It was like, what? I feel like they didn't plan that right, and Brock was like, looking a bit annoyed as he walked off, so maybe that was a bit, but not a botch, but a mistimed cue or something. But very strange to see Brock only last like 5 minutes. He was just a special guest, wasn't he? But nice Saudi paycheck. And yet then towards the end, it was Roman Reigns and Gunther in the final two. Gunther, of course, who just defeated AJ Styles, retired him. And I was like, oh my God, is Gunther actually going to win the Rumble? Oh my God, after retiring AJ Styles, but no. After a brief scuffle, Roman Reigns throws him over the top, and Roman Reigns is the winner of the 2026 Royal Rumble. Yeah, I did predict Roman Reigns. I thought just because it's Saudi, and I think it's looking likely he's probably going to have a match with CM Punk at WrestleMania 42. So here we are. And yeah, Roman Reigns is now a 2-time Royal Rumble winner. He's joined that prestigious group of 2-time winners, of course, 2015 and now 2026, 11 years on. Pointed at the WrestleMania sign. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Roman Reigns. A few fans I've seen online are like, Roman Reigns, come on, Triple H, really? I don't really have a problem with it. I think him and CM Punk are going to put on a great match at WrestleMania. It's a bit strange when I thought Roman Reigns kind of wasn't like the top guy anymore. I thought that was Cody, and I thought that was Cody. I thought he was like the top guy now. I thought that the torch got passed at WrestleMania 40, but here we are 2 years on. And Roman Reigns is winning a Rumble and probably going to main event WrestleMania 42 ahead of Cody Rhodes. Well, Cody would probably main event night 1, won't he? It's a bit strange, but I know it's Roman Reigns. He's still a big, massive deal. And yeah, I'm fairly certain he's going to face CM Punk. I don't want to see him face Drew. I think Drew's busy because Drew eliminated Cody. He claymored Cody out of the ring. So I think we're going to get Drew and Cody and maybe Jacob Fatu in a triple threat maybe for night 1 of Mania. And then, yeah, we're going to get CM Punk and Roman Reigns night 2. Because they did tease a bit of that earlier this year. It wasn't, well, last year, wasn't it? So, yeah, guys, for the most part, I thought it was a solid Rumble. Yeah, the men's Rumble was a bit up and down. Some men got jobbed. Brock Lesnar getting thrown out was a bit strange during Jey Uso's entrance. But I'm fine with Roman Reigns winning. And yeah, there were some, like I said, there were some big standouts. Obafemi looked fantastic. Royce Keys making his debut. But yeah, definitely a few lack of surprises, I'd say, for the men's Rumble. But for the most part, I had a good time. So yeah, guys, what are your thoughts on Roman Reigns becoming a 2-time Royal Rumble winner? Who do you think he'll face at WrestleMania 42? I think it will be CM Punk, but we'll see. Yeah, guys. And yeah, comment below. Let me know, what did you think of the 2026 Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia? Thank you, guys. So I'll try and do a few videos in February. Well, it's February today, isn't it? And definitely me, Callum and Sab will be back for the Elimination Chamber prediction video probably in a few weeks' time. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great February, and I'll see you all very soon.